And that's why we talked about creating voice, creating just sound on a technical level. You remember breathy versus connected? If you talk like this with a very breathy voice, then there's no output in it. There's no vocal quality in it. There's also no tone in it. And if there's no tone, if you couldn't sing with it, you also can't do vocal variety. You can't do resonance, because there's nothing to resonate with if there's too much air on the sound. So as soon as you learn to connect your vocal cords so that you have a clear sound, then suddenly that sound will have a tone. And when there is a tone, then you can make a small resonance with your tone, or you can make a big resonance with the tone. Then you can actually start, you can go up, and if you're talking to children, then you can say, hello, my name is Martin. I'm by now 44 years old. 2 days ago, I was 43. Or you can go low and sexy if you want to say, once upon a time in a faraway land. Maybe that's the wrong story for the sexy voice. War of the Worlds. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched from the timeless worlds of space. Few men even considered the possibility of life on other planets. And yet, across the gulf of space, minds immeasurably superior to ours regarded this Earth with envious eyes. And slowly and surely, they drew their plans against us. Ding, 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 do you know it? It's the opening, it's the prologue of War of the Worlds, the original War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. It's a fantastic, it was narrated by Richard Burton. Go on YouTube and search the opening of War of the Worlds, the original. It's actually a musical, weird kind of rock musical with music by Jeff Wayne. Anyway, so when you have voice, when you have sound, then you have the opportunity for so much breath. Then you can work with variety and stuff like that, which you can't if you're either too breathy or if you have that into the back of the throat. That if you're constantly doing the, you know, the former president of America, Bill Clinton, he talks like this. Hello guys, welcome to the convention of the Democratic Convention. I really want your nomination, it's going to be fantastic. After that campaign, he could barely speak for a month because having to get up and speak every day with a voice that sounds like that was wearing and tearing so much on his voice that he had huge voice problems after every single campaign because his voice would cave in at some point. Yeah. So, your voice will take you a long way, meaning that whole expression, energy, way, you rarely need it if you have a voice that's working for you. If you pay some attention into practicing and honing your voice and playing around with what I always also said was the best exercise to play with resonance and play with voice is to try and imitate other people's voices, both different accents and different kinds of people. Like African Americans, they tend to have a different tone structure than Caucasians do. It's a genetic biological thing. They tend to be a little bit different. People from Asia and India, Pakistan, they have very specific accents, like you know, Asid. Exactly. Which means that creates a certain type of sound as well. That is something that you have to work with. And just practice trying to imitate someone that sounds radically different from yourself is really, really good. Because it creates awareness in yourself about how you actually sound. And expands your own awareness. And you can't develop without being self-aware about what you're doing and not doing. Especially what you're not doing. Yeah? As soon as you start to notice if you video film yourself and you're thinking, let me try and work on this, and then you video film yourself and you go, I didn't do it at all. I thought I did it because I had decided that I wanted to do this. Why didn't I do it? I guess this and this were not able to communicate. That's something dancers work with all the time. You understand something and then you go, stretch the legs. Yes, I'm stretching the legs. No, you're not. I'm not? Oh, that was just So, the more you can rely on voice, the further ahead you are on points.